Okay. Good morning, everybody. How are you? This is pretty much on time. Um, I have a lot to do, so let me try and make this might be a little shorter than usual. Anyhow, let's get the football predictions for tomorrow out of the way. Okay. So we'll go to Jesus Christ all fucking mighty. God damn. Sorry about that. But I end up with stuff I don't want. Okay. Alright, here we go. Well, the Ravens beat the Dolphins. We know that already. 49ers over the Giants. Not the game it usually is, but, you know. Chargers over the Titans. Lions over the Vikings. The Patriots over the Falcons. Patriots are surprisingly good this year. And the Colts over the Steelers. The Steelers defense has to step up, and the Colts offense has to maintain integrity. Texans, Broncos. These are young, great quarterbacks, and the Colts and the Patriots and everybody. They have really good young quarterbacks there. Future looks good for them. Don't know about football, but the future for them looks good. The Bears over the Bengals. They had a great quarterback. The Bengals. He's sitting on the bench now, not doing anybody any good. Packers over the Panthers. Again, and young quarterbacks involved. Rams and the Saints. I'll take the Rams. The Saints, they're lacking something, and I don't know what it is. Raiders over the Jags. Now, the big game is the late afternoon game tomorrow, which is the Bills-Chiefs game. And I'm going to go, out on a limb and say the Chiefs pull it off. All right? We'll see what happens. Commanders, Seahawks. Let's see. If the Commanders quarterback isn't in, I don't know what to do there. I'm going to go with the Seahawks in that game. And the Cowboys, Cardinals. I hate the Cowboys, so I'm going to take the Cardinals. I know that's not the way to do things, but that's the way I do it. Okay? All right. Now we go back to what I want to do. And we're back. Okay. So, I don't know how true this article that just showed up on YouTube says that Trump's National Guard justified Trump's orders. I'll have to get into that. I don't have time to do that right now. So, some of the stuff you see here I can't tell you what it is, but it's like you read these articles, take away the news and everything, and you can learn some stuff. A lot of really goofy, I don't know what, it's like Mechanics Illustrated. That was what I was thinking about. You guys don't remember that, but, really quirky trips, or the Farmer's Almanac, where they give you tips on how to do stuff with stuff everybody pretty much has in their house. It's kind of strange. All right. But that was that part of it. Now, there's a big thing that the what do you call it? Your a lot of health insurance premiums are going up. A lot of things bad are happening right now in America. Okay, SNAP benefits are going to run out right away. I don't see anything. Shutdown impacts grow. Lawmakers remain deadlocked. Trump wants to do away with the filibuster. it's just now that the U.S. lawmakers are trying to pass the buck over to the ex-Prince Andrew to address the Epstein ties, and he should address the Trump ties while he's at it, bury that son of a bitch in so much shit. That guy he does deserve to be in jail, Trump. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Now, that's that's my wish, to live long enough, which I don't know how much longer I've got on the planet. No, none of us really do. But I'm going to be 80, so, Uh, but to see him dragged out in the handcuffs, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see him dead. I want to see him going to jail. So, I'm just watching this. There's a Game 7 in the World Series tonight. I've never been a giant baseball fan, okay? The game takes too long to play, and I can't maintain concentration that long without any action in it. I've seen some historic games. I saw Dave Winfield hit the flagpole on a line drive that was still climbing in dead center field at Yankee Stadium, and it hit it so hard it bounced back almost all the way to the pitcher's mound before it hit the coming backwards. So that was that was one of the hardest balls I've ever seen hit. I saw the infamous Pine Tar game between Kansas City and the Yankees, where George Brett had a nervous breakdown. It was great. It was probably that Billy Martin wasn't around a long time after that, and that was probably one of the greatest moments I ever saw with Billy Martin. Was him coming back to the dugout, laughing and pointing over his shoulder. He was hysterical about it. But that's, there were other minor moments, Jimmy Pearsall I saw play. He was a nut job. I saw some great pictures play. I didn't get to see, in live, I didn't get to see more than what I just described. But that was enough. I used to watch games a lot. But when my family was big baseball fans. But I'm a football fan and a basketball fan. And right now I'm a women's basketball fan because I don't like the men's game anymore because they break all the rules I had when I was a kid. They palm the ball constantly. They walk constantly. I don't know what the refs are watching, but they're watching their hands, not their feet, I guess. Because they tend to slap people in the face every once in a while. But no, I like the girls' game. It's like I like women's tennis too. It's more exciting. These games can, when you take the best men players and put them against each other, that game can get very boring. But when you take a couple of women players and put them together, they are really fun to watch. They're exciting. So anyhow, that's about it, I guess. But now the story about the running out of Medicare and everything else. It's coming down to this. Health insurance premiums are going to go way up. You have to realize that Congress has ultra. Did I write down? Ultra luxury healthcare, okay, and they get it pretty much for life once they're in there, So I don't know if they have to serve one term or something like that, and they get it for life. So I have some really horrible, opinions of these people in there, and the only guy who ever really understood that and made a public comment about it was Obama. He was walking someplace and they were discussing this issue. I don't know whether there was a shutdown or what was going on, but or he was trying to get Obamacare through, and he said, "Look, You see those 5 guys behind me over there? They're all doctors. So they're the best. They're the best in their fields. Okay, they're behind me in a car or on foot all the time because I'm the president of the United States. Not because I'm uh, Barack Obama, but because I'm the president of the United States. That comes with a job. I have instant medical care. You know, if Abraham Lincoln had this, he might have survived that bullet wound. Because they wouldn't have moved him all over the place, you know. So I'm just saying, uh, these guys have stuff that we don't have. Here's Lucy. Hey, Lucy, what's up? And they have benefits that we can't even dream of, you know. Corporate presidents don't have the same benefits that the president of the United States has. Okay, so you got Trump, who's and I don't know how far back I can go, and I've gone as far as I can possibly go without getting myself in trouble, I think. But I don't think he's ever had to pay for health insurance. You know, they say, well, his company paid for it. Well, yeah, but, he ripped somebody off. Trust me, that's a tax deduction. He's never paid for it. It's never come out of his pocket. Uh, that goes for Roberts in the Senate. I don't think he's ever had to do it. I'm not even sure, even though AOC was a bartender, that she's ever had to worry about health insurance because she might have been on her parents' policy at the time. So I don't know. I'm not going to say, well, she did. She knows what I'm talking about. I don't think she does. I don't think you understand that. You reach a point where, when I reached that point more than once in my youth, where I had to decide did I want to pay the rent or did I want to pay my health insurance, and I didn't pay the health insurance. I just dropped it. I lived without it because I was young and stupid. I've had health insurance for over 40 years now. I think 40 years. No, there was a period after I was 30 where I ran out of it when I was job hunting and whatnot. I was out on my own, and what I was making, I had choices to make, and I wasn't going to move because moving would take me into a lower quality lifestyle, and I wasn't going to do that. So I know what it's like to make that decision. And the rest of most of these guys in there, they've never had to make that decision. They've never had to worry about it. Trump's never had to worry about where his next Big Mac is coming from. You know what I'm saying? Those people have no conception of what it's like to be average. Never mind poor. Just say average, They don't know about that. Because what they're hurting now with this, these cuts that they're making aren't the poor people yes, they're going to get hurt worse than anybody else. They always do. But who they're hurting the most is the average individual. Not the rich guy, the guy that lives paycheck to paycheck. They're the ones that are going to get screwed by this, And what happens then if they're in a union job, the unions have to pay them more money. And if you're desperate for help, you pay these people more money. And the more money you have to pay your help, the more you charge for your product. I don't know whether it's an economic rule or if it's a rule of nature, whatever happens. These companies aren't going to make less money. They're going to hurt you, but they're going to take care of themselves first. And that's it. All right, that's enough depressing shit for the day. The weekend's here. I won't be here tomorrow. I have to take off now because I have personal things I have to take care of. And part of the reason I got on a little later than I wanted to was I had to find a new supplier for my dog because they won't take my credit card anymore. It's an American credit card. I don't know what the problem is. I don't think they like us over here because we're in the middle of where we are is a difficult area for some reason. A lot of delivery companies won't come out here, but I don't know why that is. It's not dangerous. It's probably one of the, but I don't know whether they have to go through dangerous areas to get here. I don't know. I don't. I go during the daytime. I don't have any problems. All right. So anyhow, listen. Subscribe to my website. My picture. I had two more people come on yesterday. I still don't know their names yet, or their whatever they're going by. But I wanted to, again, thank them very much for the subscription. It makes me feel good. It doesn't make me money. I'm not getting rich on this. I'm getting poorer on this actually because I have to spend money on stuff here. But it's fine, and I'm having a good time, and I enjoy it. So thank you very much, and I will see you on Monday. Hopefully all my predictions come true. Don't bet what I say, though, because sometimes you're better off betting against me. All right, I'll talk to you on Monday. Have a good day.